Hello everyone, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Today we are going to get into oil processing. Welcome back. Last episode we left off after we completed our motor factory. Now, we may have enough motors already to go ahead and try to build one of the pump jacks, because we already did the oil research. Yep, we have around 76 total. I would say that is plenty to get started. Of course, I don't actually know how many pump jacks we're going to need or how many oil wells there are. But you know what, let's just go ahead and scan again and then we can take a look. I'm probably going to bring a bunch of extra motors because I bet we're going to need a pretty extensive oil processing setup, especially because you can use it for power as well. Kind of getting to that point where we're reaching our cap here. We're consuming 700 and we only have a production of 900, so yeah, we need to be a little careful. Of course, we do have this battery, but I mean, it will still run out eventually, so. Okay, so let's see, where is the oil? Yep, we had the very large patch over here. There's 6 total, and there's 1 over there. I feel like there was more over here, but I'm going to go this way. This is the way that seems to be, you know, where most things are. But before I do that, let's just go ahead and check research. Is there anything in here that's worth getting before I go over there? And the answer is yes, probably petroleum power. Unfortunately, it looks like we need plastic and rubber before we can get that, which that does kind of make sense. So we're going to have to go over there and set that up anyways. Also, we may need fluid packaging. I'm not really sure. We also don't have the plastic yet, so I guess we can't really do that. Yeah, we can't really do pretty much anything in here except for the jetpack. Let's do that. Let's just go ahead and get that. We should have enough already. We just got to go pick it up. Oh yeah, another thing of note. I think last episode I discovered that I didn't plug in half the cables. So I plugged that back in, and that is making cables much faster now. Yeah, turns out if you plug in your factories, they work better. Who would have thought? And there we have our jetpack. That was pretty easy.
Milestone reached. Fix-It has granted you the power of flight, provided you have a jetpack and the appropriate fuels. The jetpack refuels automatically while you are standing on a surface, and different fuel types will affect the jetpack's functionality. With this increased versatility, you will no doubt achieve efficiency levels previously unheard of.
Okay. The real question is, what is the fuel that it takes? Because I don't actually know. Jetpack. Okay, we need 5 motors. We can go grab that. Looks like it doesn't really tell you what fuel it takes, so we're just gonna have to go make one, which is fine, because I was gonna do that anyway. Unfortunately, it is currently the 7th, and the 8th is when we unlock the new Fixmas things, so probably won't be doing a whole lot of Fixmas stuff today, but that's okay. 1 jetpack coming right up. Okay, now this is a back slot, so we will have to remove our parachute here. And also, we've got this little thing, so preferred fuel is solid biofuel. Looks like that's the only thing we have, which, yeah, I guess that does check out. Okay, so I guess the first order business is... Wow, that thing consumes fast, and it is quite slow. And it does not get you up very far. Okay. Yeesh. I think we should be able to get the Mercer Sphere on top of this, like, kind of cliff dealio that we've been sitting next to the entire time. So let's see if I can get over there. You know, I might have been able to just climb this normally, but you know what? That's fine. Is there anything else up here? No, just the Mercer Sphere. Okay. And yes, I still don't know what they do, but I'm collecting them anyways. Okay, well, we got a nice little vantage point over everything, including our factories. That's pretty nice. Now, another thing that I'll need to do eventually is I'm going to have to rip that whole thing out and do it over again, because we're currently using Mark 1 miners, and those are normal iron veins. So we could pretty much double our iron production and even get some modular frames that I can use for building, which would be really nice, because I currently have 0. Should we try to climb the arch? And we can't get this power slug. Okay, now this is the part that's going to be sketchy. Yeah, we ain't making that, Chief. Okay. Well, maybe if we climb, like, all the way up here. Yeah, okay, no, we're not making that. Well, it was worth a try. Also, I do remember there being a coal underneath here. And we do have a jetpack now, but can we get out of it if we go in there? That's the question. Let's see. Is there a way that I can actually climb out of this thing if I go down there? It doesn't look like it. But also, I don't know where this leads, and I'm kind of tempted to just do it. There's a power slug down there. Alright, well, I'm convinced. Alright, do we go deeper or do we go over there? There looks to be kind of a cave area, so let's head this way. Nope, it's just a little crater. Okay, and you know what? Go away. I guess we're going in this way. Okay, we got a bunch of little creepy crawlies down there. What are those stalkers? I can never remember the name. That's fine. Let's just keep heading inwards, I suppose. I feel like this is the cave that we've been in already that kind of connects over near our oil area. I, of course, can't prove that yet until I get over here, but I think it's the same thing. Okay, you know what? Oh yeah, this thing one-shots? Okay, you know what? This is pretty nice. Also, I don't know if I have any more gas mask filters. I don't. Okay, yeah, we're not going that way then. That's not great. Okay. Oh, bauxite. I'll take this. Again, I haven't found a bauxite vein yet. I would assume aluminum is like a higher tier resource that we just don't need yet. Oh, what is that? Oh, there's another one of those big guys over there. Alright, well, we gotta be a little careful. Let me get the medical inhalers on my hand here. And also, there appears to be something purple down there. Oh, wow, this thing is quite effective. I'll give it that. Okay. Also, we need to be careful of the plants because we don't have the gas mask filter. Come over here and grab the remains of this guy, wherever they are. Here? There we go. Stinger, remains, and we got this thing. Oh! This is Sam. You know, that does kind of make sense. It would be in a cave, wouldn't it? Well, do we still have the miners on us? Oh my god, I still have my miners. Alright, well, you know what that means. We're bringing a bunch of this back for research. Alright, let's keep going, see if we can find a way out of here. Oh no. Yeah, that's not great. How are we gonna get out of here? See if I can find a way to jetpack up. Oh! Let's go get that. This looks like a parkour puzzle. Oh no. Alright, well, here we go. Alright, well, I'd say that went pretty well. Let's grab this guy. Again, don't know what these do either, but at least I have them, and I might be able to jetpack jump my way out of this cave. There looks to be enough wall space to do that, and if not, then I may just build up a ramp. Or a ladder. Wait, hold on. Can I do that? 378 of these. I might be able to get away with that. I didn't think this through, did I? I don't have enough space for these. Okay, you know what? Let's try to get out of here now, and then I will go dump off a bunch of stuff in the chests, and then I can come back down and grab this. Okay, well, I can see sunlight, so we're getting there. Can I place a ladder from here, snapping onto this guy? Oh my god, I can. There we go. Alright, let's see if we have enough to ladder all the way down. Okay, there we go. We have a ladder now. Of course, it is... Oh my god, this is a huge ladder. Alright, inventory has been cleaned. And let's grab some of this cool new purple stuff. Yep, basically did the exact same thing with quartz when we found it, and I haven't done any more quartz research. Oh well. Alright, let's go ahead and head back to base so we can research this a little bit, and then I think we will go on the expedition to find the oil. And of course, if there's any other mobility options like a climbing pickaxe or something, I will go ahead and make that so we can try to get up to some of those crashed freighters. Because I know there's a couple around over there, and I would like to have more alternate recipes. Alright, let's go ahead and get this researched. We have 1,000 to go through.
Strange alien matter analysis completed. Dormant crystalline SAM can now be found with the resource scanner. In its dormant state, it is safe to handle without special equipment and can be stored indefinitely. Research for enabling the reanimation of dormant SAM is now available.
Fill the rivers with blood and let the effigies defile our temples. The sun will follow.
That's great. Also, there's a couple more patches around the map, so this probably will be used for something. Okay, good to know. We can also now research the stabilization of this thing, which apparently needs special handling, so maybe I don't do this.
SAM reanimation recipe unlocked. SAM can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
I'm sorry.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
Right. Yeah, okay. Sure. That's a thing that I... Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay. So, let's go ahead and reanimate some of this, and it... literally just... Okay, so this is essentially the smelting recipe, apparently. Now, is it going to start bugging out of my inventory, or am I good? Well, these ones are bugging out my inventory, but the other ones aren't. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this research. Of course, I dumped all my stuff in the chest, so let me go get it.
SAM fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated SAM to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as matter-to-energy conversion. It can also function as matter memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location, breaking it down, and near instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has incredible potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry, matter and mind and melody.
So you're telling me this is a teleporter? So I can just teleport my items across long distances? Wow, yes, that is literally the case. Dimensional depot? And that uses a Mercer sphere. Yes, please. I have 7 of those. And also down here, we can get energy or alien energy harnessing, production amplifier. I don't have those circuits yet, and that is a Somers loop, which is kind of neat. But also, we could get alien power augmenter. Can't do that yet, but we totally can do this. So yeah, we're doing it. Oh, and we actually need those like fluctuator, and it uses 6 to make 1. Wow. Glad I got a whole bunch of this stuff. Okay, let's see here.
Dimensional depot unlocked. SAM can be utilized to deconstruct matter down to its chemical elements in one dimension, and the Mercer sphere allows it to be transferred and stored in another.
Oh.
Once parts are fed into the dimensional depot, they can be accessed by the Pioneer inventory and build gun system at any time, anywhere.
We see through the window. It is pathetic. Consume more blood. The glass will not shatter, the metal will not bend, the wood will not splinter. Weave.
Uh-huh. Did I just hear that correctly? I can just place these down and I can access them with the build gun anywhere? How do you build these? Dimensional depot. Okay, so it does require a Mercer sphere, and I don't know if we'll ever find a way to get more Mercer spheres other than picking them up. But this would be super great for, like, the components, right? If I ever wanted to make conveyors, you know, Mark III conveyors per se, they use steel beams, so I could just put the steel beams in a dimensional depot, and then I could build conveyors anywhere. Oh man, hold on. How much was that to make? Modular frames, wires, some of that stuff in a Mercer sphere. Oof, I'm stealing a modular frame off the conveyor. Hold on. I'm making one of those for steel beams specifically, so I don't have to carry them around everywhere. And I'll probably end up doing this for everything else eventually, but right now I don't have a whole lot of Mercer spheres, so I kind of want to be a little bit safe with them because I don't actually know how much storage these have either, you know? And I'm not going to swap the container out. I'm going to put it at the end so we have a little buffer, because I did see in a research the Dimensional Depot has apparent upgrades to increase like capacity and things, so I'm going to assume that it doesn't have the same capacity as our current storage and just append it on the end. Alright, let's see. How much storage does this have? I am not sure. Let's go ahead and connect them. These are kind of close together, but that is fine. Okay, so this thing is very slow. Okay, so I probably will still end up having these over here in a storage if I ever need to build huge projects, and it can only stockpile 200, and it takes a long time to do that. Okay, so that's probably like a later in the game type of thing, instead of like a set this up immediately type of thing. So, you know, that does kind of make sense. Alright, let me go check if there's any other researches that I can grab, get all these presents because they're literally everywhere. And then we can go start heading out to oil land. And I'll probably want to bring a bunch of materials over there too. I'm going to have to make like 6 or 7 trips over there, so it's going to be a process. But let's be honest, that's kind of expected. Well, it doesn't look like there's any more mobility options. How many rods do I have in my inventory? 200. Let's just go get some more, and I will just build big ladders if I ever need to go up. One last thing that I want to do first. Let's build a refinery and see how this thing works. That thing is massive. Wow. Okay, so, yeah, here is our refinery. We can make fuel. We can make residual fuel, residual plastic, rubber, residual rubber. What? I don't know what these mean. And petroleum coke? Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Plastic. Versatile, easy to manufacture. Has a wide range of uses. Yep. Byproduct of plastic and rubber production. Can be further refined into fuel and petroleum coke. What? Oh, wait, it has a byproduct. The purple stuff. Oh! And the byproduct of this is that, like, plastic chips or something? And you can use that to make the rubber. So we want to make... Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of different ways you can set this up. You can make plastic directly from oil, or you can make it out of the byproducts. You can make rubber directly from oil, or you can make it with the byproducts. You can make fuel directly, or you can use the byproducts. Oh boy, this is going to be complicated. And you can also make petroleum coke out of a byproduct, and as a less efficient coal replacement. Oh, interesting. So if we wanted to make more steel over there, we totally could. Huh, okay. Also, let's go grab some more motors, because we only have enough for like 2 of those, and we're probably going to need more than that, let's be honest here. And then we'll start heading over. Yeah, let's just grab a whole bunch. I mean, we got some space in the inventory, but not a whole lot, but no, what are you going to do? Oh, there's another Mercer sphere up there. I should actually go get that, because now that we know they are quite valuable... Oop, there we go. Anything else cool up here that I can see? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Ooh, wait. Can I spot any crashed ships from over here? I think that's another Mercer sphere, so we should go over there and grab that. And of course, it's dark, and there's a purple power slug up there, bro. Oh! There's another one over there. Oh, great. More talking.
We hum a simple melody into the effigy, yet we hear no harmony. It covers the temple in bones and organs and limbs, yet ignores our bleeding wounds. Scripture is needed. Consume.
A familiar pattern is emerging in your brain. Please assess yourself for signs of concussion. If necessary, a replacement pioneer will be dispatched. Work must continue. Replacement delivery schedule estimate. Error, years.
I take it we've already collapsed and all this is just futile, but I'm here to build a factory, so I don't really care. Alright, anyways, can I see any crashed ships from over here? Yes! Yes, I can. Huh! Okay, I think I can actually parachute that gap. And also, we got this guy, so, hey. And I did see something over here. Oh, yeah. Wow, there's a big pure geyser over here. Okay, let's mark this with a water drop. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now let's go find where that crashed ship was right there. Ooh, I don't know if I can parachute that. I am going to try, though. Or maybe I jetpack up there. Yeah, let's do that. I have not been over here just yet, so we should probably keep our eyes out for cool things like that. And that? Oh, there's another crash ship over there. Oh. Now, unfortunately, the one thing that I didn't do was get more gas masks. So let's just go ahead and mark this so I don't forget, so I can come back over here and pick up the free resources. And let's see if we can run over here quickly. Okay, yep, back it up, back it up, back it up. Jeez, that hit for a lot. Okay. And that's just debris, so let's go ahead and deconstruct that. There's gotta be the actual container around here somewhere. It better not be up there. It's up there. And I think we're almost at a new biome over here, so, interesting. Oh, yeah, we definitely are, because there's new plants. I have not seen this guy before. What do you mean? What? What's up here? Just the one of you? Bruh. This is the one that actually has a thing in it, and it needs modular frames, and let me guess, I don't have any. Don't have modular frames, and I've marked it on the map, so I will remember to go back there. Hopefully. Alright, almost forgot why I even climbed up here in the first place. There is another crash ship over there. Yoink. Oh. 17 modular frames. Oh. Alright, we'll leave those there. We'll grab this. And that needs 40 megawatts. Oof. Okay. Can I build biogas generators? Yes, I can. Wow. Okay. Yes, I know I'm burning leaves. I don't care. Alright, go, 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 go. And there is our hard drive. Okay, sweet. Yoink. And, you know what? We have, a bunch of stuff in the inventory that I can't carry anymore, so maybe we just go back to base again and stop bringing so much garbage. While we're back, we can at least start the scan. Dump off a bunch of garbage, including a computer and some more circuit boards that we have not unlocked yet. Came back over here because we do have modular frames. Take that. Yoink. Oh.
Damaged hard drive recovered. Return it to the MAM where it will receive the best recovery and rehabilitation care available.
Why did you say that again? I'm not asking questions. Now, is there any more scrap around the area? It doesn't look like it. Should have brought my nobelisks, because you might be able to blow these gas thingies up, and I also should have brought my gas mask, because I forgot to get that on the way back. Anyways, back towards the oil, which I think is that way, actually. Alright, and that looks to be it for this one as well. So let's go ahead and remove these from the map, so I know that they are done. I bet there's something under that waterfall there, but I'm not gonna go down there. But I will go here. Maybe I don't want to go here. Oh! Nasty. Also, got a nice little underground cave area with another Mercer sphere in it. I mean, don't mind if I do. Is there anything back here? Huh. Nope. Nope, not today. We will come back when we actually have a jetpack that can fly. You know, I remember being over here, but I don't remember these kind of weird trees here. Oh, these are kind of neat. Anyways, okay, so the oil should be somewhere that way. Probably in this new biome that I haven't been in before. Now, how do you get out of it? Let's get our escape plan before we jump in. It looks like there's a ramp right there. Okay, that looks to be it. If I had to guess, there's a very large lake. Maybe not. Interesting. Well, it is down there, whatever it is, so here we go. Oh, come on, man. You have to do this to me. There's a cave right underneath me. Alright, fine. And that's just a normal guy. I'll take care of him. Got anything cool in this cave? A Mercer sphere, and probably gonna get jumped by a bunch of things. Oh. That guy's got a horn. Yeah, no, I'm not about that. Wow, it's fast. Whoa. What was that? Sheesh. 5 hog remains for that one? Jeez. I mean, I knew I was going to get jumped, but not by that. Good grief. Luckily, rebar gun saved the day. Okay, let's grab this and get out of here. Alright, well, now that I got distracted by the cave, I have to go through the biome instead of over it. Unfortunate. Also, let's just chainsaw some of this stuff. Maybe we can get some things that we don't have. I think this is like coral. So yeah, that's pretty good. But also, how's my inventory doing? Yeah, not so great. And that looks to be a hatcher of some sort. Oh, we got some iron down here. Let's mark this. There we go. Oh, and there we got another one of those guys. They don't like me. Well, that's a shame. But, oh well, can't win them all. And we have a pretty nice lake over here. Oh, and a crashed ship that I didn't see. And a hatcher. Oh, Jesus. What is that? Like big dog acid spitter? Well, let's take care of all this stuff first. Can't even tell if I'm hitting, to be honest, but oh well. Oh, that one looked like it did. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that big one's down. I think there's still a hatcher back there. No, there isn't. Okay. We just got to get rid of all these guys. Oh, wait. Free rubber. 111. Wow. All right, we also got a bunch of random stuff over here. We got some more computers. We got some statters. 72 statters? Jeez. Oh. Can I use it with my jetpack? Yes, I can. Oh. Circuit boards. Can't even carry any of this anymore. I just gotta get rid of some stuff. Case industrial beams. Man, so much good stuff. My inventory's full again. Alright, what do we need for... We will open this when we have oil. Yeah, which it should be around here somewhere.
Our blood could fill the effigy veins for a resident song. Scripture becomes harmony, becomes composition. Defile our temple and the threads will sew the windows open.
Pattern analysis continuing. New instruction. Repeat pioneer exposure to alien artifacts. Brain damage compensation packages may be available on successful completion of a special claims form.
What?
Our expert Fix-It medical staff are impartial and always open to assess your claim.
Okay, well that looks sparkly, so that might be cool. Is that where we put our oil? Yes. Yes, it is. We have finally found the oil. Now, unfortunately, there's no power out here, so we are going to have to either run a very long power line or find some coal, which, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. Is there any coal around here? Because we got plenty of water. Yep, we got a whole bunch over there, we got a whole bunch over there. I feel like we might just want to go to the other side of the lake and look for that and see if we can get another power setup going over there. And then eventually we will connect our networks together, but for now I think we'll just leave it. Also, let's go ahead and mark this. I bet there's a whole bunch. What's the purity on this one? Impure. Okay, let's try to find one that's actually pure. I know there's one around here. Okay, so I found this one, and okay, so there's one over here, there's some over here. Let's head over to that side, yeah. Normal right there, and the pure is probably up on this little hill here. Ah, there it is. Okay, so this is our big vein, and there is a giant acid spitter over there. Okay, yep, probably what we'll be using, but let's go ahead and get power going first, because we do, of course, need to run these things. Those things are huge! Ooh, and they're also fast. Okay, yep, we need to back up. Let's see if I can grab this. Not enough space, never mind. That's a crater that goes into the middle of nowhere. Let's ignore that. Ow. Lobster dog. Looks more like a shrimp if you ask me, but whatever. Oh, okay, here's our coal. I think these are all normal. That is true. Okay, yep, they're all normal. We got plenty of water to go around. We got plenty of coal. Let's get some power set up. Now, where are we going to put this? I actually don't know. Oh, actually, this is kind of perfect. We can just build it out over the abyss, and then we pump the water up from there. Now, of course, we will need to get some pumps to pump up if we do this. So maybe we want to go down and go to that waterfall. Yeah, like maybe something like this. Fortunately, I did not bring a lot of concrete, so hopefully nothing that I need takes a lot of concrete, because I got none. All right, let's see. Now, for the miners... Oh, we don't have modular frames, do I? I have enough for one. Okay, well, that's fine. 120 coal per minute. Not bad at all. That should be 8, but we can only do 6 because of the water. Or if I split it, yeah, let's do that. Let's just do all 8. Okay, now the other issue is I don't have a lot of copper foil, so this may be a I need to go back and get more stuff trip. Oh, man, that's rough. Okay, well, you know what? Can't win them all, I guess. Too bad I didn't set up dimensional depots for everything. Unfortunately, don't have enough immerser spheres for that, so we're going to have to not do that. Okay, anyways. I guess the least we can do is get this connected. And I don't have concrete! Never mind. Okay. Yep, guess I'm running back, and it's so far away. Okay, you know what? Let's just try to build as much stuff as we can while we're over here. Get rid of this guy, too, because it's being annoying. Alright, and we do have a nice little beachhead, so we can probably just place our water right along like this. And you can even place them deeper in, so if we need water, we definitely know where to get it. Okay. Alright, and that will be enough pumps for all 8 of those. I'm just going to do 100, 100 times 2, and we'll just run 2 pipes for that. That'll be 300, and hopefully that'll be enough to deal with a whole bunch of things. That's 600 power. Okay, that's actually pretty good. There's also a bunch of different build modes for the pipes. What do we got? Straight, auto 2D, noodle? What? Noodle? Curve? I like curve. I feel like that would be... Yeah, that's going to look nice. Now, unfortunately, don't have concrete, so I can't actually get the pump over there, but... Ooh, wait, hold on. Don't I have those vertical pipe stacky thingies? Stackable pipeline, yeah. Okay, so we'll probably want to use these. I actually don't know how these work, but we need more concrete anyway, so, yeah. Ooh, wait, hold on. I just had a thought. This is not good practice right here. I could just mine some limestone and make the concrete myself. Ugh. I mean... It's pretty close. Oh, hello. I'm finding these more and more.
Harvest the scripture. Compose it into a blood song. We watch the waves of the effigies in the shallows passing through the windows, and they're all the same. There is no resonance growth. Sing.
I just called the Fix-It doctors. They told me there is definitely no danger from repeat exposure to these signals. In fact, they said it is good for you. I apologize, but the call dropped suddenly, otherwise they would have told you themselves. The good news is you should run towards these strange and dangerous-looking objects whenever you find them. Doctor's orders.
You know, for some reason I just don't believe that. I don't know why, though. Anyways, I did bring my portable miners, so we're using them. And that should be enough to get us a little bit of concrete so we can build our pipeline supports. Now, the thing that we're going to run out of next is copper sheets. So I think I'm still going to have to run back. But I'm going to go grab that, I think, purple power slug over there. And then I'll just head back. Let's just not deal with this right now. Okay, and there's my copper sheets out. Alright, and yeah, there's no way I'm mining copper, smelting, and making sheets over here. Okay, I'm just going to head back to base. This is going to take forever, of course, because we are so far away. But come back, we get our copper sheets, we can get some concrete, we can get the rest of these turbines going and actually get some oil for once. Oh man, this is an adventure, I will say that much. Oh, and also, we are going to have to get this back to base somehow. Didn't think about that. You know, did not think about that at all. Well, we could build some dimensional depots over here, but that would be A, expensive, and B, extremely slow. We could build the longest conveyor belt you've ever seen, which will also be expensive and extremely slow. Or we could attempt to research the train and use that. But I think we actually need the plastics to get that, so I don't think that's going to work either. A little bit unfortunate. And is this the edge of the map? Yes. Oh wow, I almost just jumped over that. Ah, home sweet home. Alright, inventory restocked, and we also have our hard drive scanned, so let's see, what can we get? Oh, alternate Caterium wire, so 1 Caterium to straight up normal wire at 120 a minute, that's pretty good. And also, pure Caterium ingots, what is that? Is that water? Oh wow. Caterium and water gives you better smelting recipe on Caterium. 12 per minute, so it's slower, but it uses less ore. Ooh, you know what? Let's just go with this one. Maybe if we don't have copper, but we do have Caterium, we can use that. And also, I do have another hard drive, so let's put it in. Alright, I'm going to go grab some modular frames, and we can head back over to the oil processor area and hopefully get this started. Assuming we actually have modular frames. I don't think we do. May have to make some. Whoa! Okay, so I was running back. I must have taken a wrong turn or something. There's a huge little sulfur lake up here. There's like 3 veins of this stuff. Sick. Oh yeah, no, I totally have not been over here yet. Okay, let's mark this. Wow, okay, what's the purity on these guys? Normal? Pure? Wow. And impure. Okay, so we have 1 of each. Can I stand in these? Cool. Yeah, so that's going to be really nice when we inevitably need sulfur. I don't know if we're going to need that for, like, curing or maybe gunpowder production if we ever need to do that. But we know the place now, which is great. Also, what is that sparkly going on over there? Is that off the map or is that part of the map? I have no idea. But I'm going to go grab this power slug and also that one. Are you supposed to be up there? Oh, it's on top of a mushroom that wasn't loaded in. Okay. Ooh! Is that purple? I think that's purple. Yep, it is on a mushroom over a chasm. Okay, maybe we don't go over there because it's kind of risky. I don't know if you can build on there, and also there's a very large hatcher over there. I don't want to deal with that. Oh, how did I miss that? It's fine. Let's just go down there now. See what is in here. Oh, we got a bunch of these guys. Now, hopefully they don't knock me off the map, which would be not so kind. Alright, there we go, taken care of. Now luckily I did bring a bunch of rods, so I should be able to make some by hand over at the crafting station I placed down, which is good. But, let's see now, how expensive is it going to be to open this one? Oh, and there's those guys. I should have brought my Nobelisk, I bet you can blow them up. Wait, I already know you can blow them up, I've done it before. Also, just got some heavy modular frames. Very interesting. Okay, let's see what it takes. Oh, gas Nobelisk. I still didn't bring my detonator. Rubber. I left that at the base. Oof. Yeah, we got some. Oh, that's too bad. We'll come back for it. Let's go ahead and get our water pumped in. Although, truth be told, I kind of like being able to stack them like just 2 of these. I feel like that's kind of easier. All right, water pipes are in. Now, of course, we are going to have to do the old conveyor belt dealio, and I realize that I've built this pretty compact. It's because I use one of these stands right here. I think this is like the perfect place to do this, to get it to line up nicely, but now I'm going to have to jump over it every time. But, you know, can't win them all, I guess. But now we got to place in our conveyors, get our coal down here, and then kickstart this thing. That's going to be a little interesting. So I think I'm going to have one biogenerator, and I'm going to plug it into one of the pumps. It's going to fill up, I don't know, maybe these 4, and then we will mine some coal by hand, put this in here, kickstart it a little bit, turn the drill on. Hopefully then that'll cycle everything together. These should all turn on. These should all turn on, blah, blah, blah. Basically just cascade everything together. Hopefully that works, but I guess we'll find out. Good news, got our conveyors in place. We got to run it right there. I think that's going to be a pretty decent place to do it. And I've got one biomass generator. What is that thing doing? I'm sure it's fine. Anyways, we're powering that one pump right now, which is going to supply the first 4. So we want to prioritize that one, obviously. And you know, I have not... Oh! How long has that been there? There's an entire iron vein right here and I didn't even know? Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, well, anyways. Is there any more? I guess I could scan for all these, right? No, it's just this. But it's a pure vein, so, I mean, fair enough. Okay, actually, that's actually kind of nice. If we need to make any kind of components over here that are made out of the plastics, we have a lot of iron to work with. Okay, you know what? This is a huge discovery, and I can't believe I didn't see this until now. Somehow that's not clipping, and I don't really care either. Okay, there we go. Plug that in. Okay, so there is our coal. All right, and we let that run for a little bit. That should kickstart our coal. 120 a minute, which can supply all 8 of those guys, and we should actually be able to just start plugging these in, because those ones will have water. So let's actually get our power poles going here. We do not want to waste this opportunity to actually kickstart everything. These do all have coal in them now, which is good, but no water. Why no water? That is the confusing part. I don't know. I bet we don't have the head lift for it. Okay, yep, I think that's got to be it. We need to get a pump to pump this up somehow. Oof, that's rough. Okay, well, oh wait, you can just build it on the pump. Oh wow, I think it's trying to flow downhill, so I think we need to put them here actually. Okay, let's try that. And that looks like it's green? Maybe? Do we have water in them? No. What? I don't know how these pumps work. This is so weird. Is it pumping water? I can't tell. Is there a direction on these? Okay, I'm actually so lost. These don't make sense. What? Okay, so it works now? I guess I just had to put it lower down? I don't know. Okay, whatever. It's working. There should be water inside of our coal thingies. There's still not. What? Okay, we got water in here. There's none in here. Why not? Is there a way to measure the height? Okay, this is 2 meters. Okay. So let's just assume there. Okay, 4, 6, 8, 10. That is our maximum head lift. We need a little bit more. Okay, so maybe we need to put the pipe over here. I don't know. Okay, I think we're getting water in. I don't know how fast. Okay, no, it looks like... Nope. Seriously? What is happening here? I don't think we're getting enough water. That's the problem. But wait, we might actually have it this time. Hold on. Yeah, I just think the water is so slow. It doesn't make sense. Why is it not going up? I have a pump. Because if they take not a lot of power, I'm just going to make like 8. It doesn't even tell you. 4. Okay, yeah, no, whatever. I don't care. Congratulations, another pump has been placed. I don't know if this is going to help. I don't even care at this point. All right, I think we're good. Okay, that was stupid. Whatever. It works now. I think it's because I set them at 100 and it just wasn't filling up fast enough because they kept powering off and on again. We're good. We have water in 4 of them, which means we should have a production of 300 once we actually get the coal to fill in. That is going to take a little while, though, because we're making the perfect amount of coal. So I might just let this sit here and run for a little bit. Yeah, we got 225, and why don't we go ahead and plug in the second set of pumps now that we actually have some semblance of stable power. Let's also place our 2 pumps because apparently that is the best way to do it. I'm never doing pipes again. If you can bottle things, I'm doing that. I'm pretty sure that's a thing, but good grief. Okay, yep, it looks like we are doing pretty good. We are just waiting for coal to get into these guys. Now this does make the perfect amount of coal, which is a little unfortunate. So I might just do a little bit of mining by hand to fill in some of those back ones, and then hopefully that'll fill everything and we will have our full 300 power output. Okay, eventually this will even out and all the coal will be going in perfectly. I also increased the pumps to 101 just so we had a tiny little bit of extra water because, I don't know, that just might help. I think we are pretty much good to go on our power. So let's go ahead and build a big power tower right here, which is going to be leading over to the oil, which I guess we will want to go this way. And we will also want to bring one over there to activate that crashed ship. But also, I'm going to go grab this power slug. Yep, I got it. Yep, let's get a battery down so we can just make 100% sure that this doesn't ever blow up or something. And there we go. This will start filling up and we will have ample power. So, power tower, how do we actually connect these together? I don't know the range on these, which is kind of the problem. Wow, they can go far. Okay. Good grief. We have our power tower. It's kind of clipping into the mushroom, but pay no attention. And now we've got our oil. We can finally get some oil. Man, that took a long time. Okay, let's see here. Oil extractor. There we go. Boom and boom. Okay, now let's take a look. We're going to get 120 cubic meters out of this guy. 40 megawatts. Yeesh. We're going to get 240 out of this one. That's actually 2 pipes. That is, we're going to have to use 2 pipes, one for each one. That's actually kind of crazy. Wow. Okay. Well, and I mean, we do have a little bit of space, but we could also build over the lake. Although having the water is nice. So maybe we just build up a little bit on this foundation. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's do that. All right, yep, and that should do pretty good, I think. There we go. Still absolutely massive, and we are going to be inputting oil only, so let's just go ahead and put this right here. Now, we probably do want to have our pumps be over here, and we can put this kind of as close up to the wall as we can get. I'd say that is pretty good. Now, let's see. The first thing we're probably going to want to make is plastic. We want to have this, which takes 30. Okay, in that case, we'll want to dedicate this one to plastic because that will be a lot. Yeah, 80 per minute on plastic. Whew. Yeah, okay. And also, let's go ahead and clear out some foliage here. Okay, so then we know that... Oh, actually, how much power does this take? 30. Yeah, we're not going to be able to run very many of these, I just realized. We have 600 to work with, I think. Is that right? It keeps flickering, but that's fine. Yes, we have 600 to work with. But let's also see, what about rubber? How much does rubber make? 30 a minute, and it makes 20, and makes also heavy oil residue, which we can either make into residual fuel, or we can make into petroleum coke, which we'll probably want to do residual fuel just so we can fuel the jetpack, which would be kind of nice. Okay, so that makes sense. So, you know what? Let's just go ahead and set... Well, actually, let's just build these all, because we know how many we're going to need. Okay, this is how many we have the ability to run right now, off of just the 2 oil that we have over there. We also have a whole bunch of other oil deposits in the area. Jeez. So much. Yeah, no, this is a bit excessive. Let's plug them all in, I suppose. And that's not even considering any of the recycling we're going to need to do. I think I'm going a little overkill on this. Yep, max consumption is 360. That is quite excessive. But we have it, so... Alright, well, let's choose to make plastic first. And let's just do, I don't know, 2 of them. Because we're still going to have to deal with all the waste products. And I don't even know how we're going to do that. We might have to pipe it all up somewhere else. And just, alright, so I've just plugged them in. Here we go. Yep, we're making oil, and oil is going into here, and we should be making our first pieces of plastic and residual heavy oil. Alright, it only makes 10 per minute, which is actually manageable. Okay, let's also just go over to here, because this shouldn't be... Oh, no, that's also making plastic. This one shouldn't be doing anything. So let's see. Residual fuel, this takes 60 per minute, and it makes 40 per minute. Okay, but also this is going to be set to plastic. This makes 10 per minute, so 6 of these makes enough to run 1 for fuel refinement. Okay, interesting. Wait, now what does rubber make this as a byproduct? 2? Okay, rubber makes it at 20 per minute, so we need to be a little bit careful on that. So I'm thinking 6 on plastic, 6 on rubber, and then we have 3 extras running the fuel refinement. I actually think that makes sense. Okay, so there we go. And now we need to figure out where we want to put the fuel refinement ones. Also, how much of the liquid stuff are we making here? So it's 20 a minute on each of these. So we can actually run a single pipe, and then we'll just have to split it off into 3 different things. Okay. That's manageable. We can do that. Let's actually just do that now. All right, now these also should have ep.10 head lift, so we might be able to get up here. Now, I did just run out of the encased steel beams and motors, so we won't be able to actually build this thing now, but at least I can get the pump up here, or I guess the pipe, and get our residual oil going in here. Now, I'm pretty sure there's like a fluid storage, right? Yeah, fluid buffer. 400 cubic meters of fluid has inputs and outputs. We might just want to put a buffer over here just to be, you know, convenient. Let me go make some modular frames and let's do that. We can also grab this Sommer sloop over here.
The voiceless effigy creates bodies in their waves but does not notice the shore. Is our melody not beautiful?
Detecting abnormal brainwave activity again. Activating artificial brainwave resonator.
Your shallow song has no rhythm. The river erodes our temples without prayers and washes away our scripture without deepening. Consume.
I believe this is one of those moments where the scientist would yell, "Eureka!" But that seems entirely too dramatic. It seems they are somehow organically emulating human speech. Fascinating. Continue exposing yourself to alien artifacts.
Why was there a pause there? Okay, anyways, yep, let's just go ahead and add a fluid buffer here. Might as well, and I guess I can remove that, but you know what? That's fine. And there we go. We should end up with some heavy oil residue if this actually wants to end up working or not. I'm not sure. Also, what is going on with these guys over here? They appear to have stopped. That either means they're full on rubber or full on oil. Yep, that does make sense. Okay. Well, anyways, oh, it's because this isn't plugged in. That would make sense. There we go. And that should give us the head lift we need to actually get up here, theoretically. There we go. Okay, so we now have heavy oil residue in here. We could also flush this out because it is kind of a waste product. But now we have to... Oh, no. I may have messed up. Oh, yep. Messed that up. Okay, well, stand by. All right, there we go. That's much better. And as it turns out, if you put the conveyors in first, you won't have this problem. Although I think there's one little thing that I need to do to these pipes here. Yeah, that's better. This is a heavy oil residue after all. And this thing is already full. But you know what? That's fine. Let's also just go ahead and get all of these merged together and get a nice little platform going so we can store up our plastic and rubber. I mean, that's kind of intersecting with that little power pole, but that was intentional. Don't ask questions. Okay, now call me crazy, but I just put the conveyor for that one on top of these ones. It's kind of considered clipping, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Pretty convenient. Anyways, we should be able to get these into some nice storage containers now. And this is being created at 120 a minute, which is quite good. And also, I'm going to go with these industrial containers, not because they have the double inputs, but because they can hold more. But also because they have the double inputs and we can kind of just plug them in. That's kind of nice. Look at that. Okay, there we have rubber and plastic completely automated. Plenty of plastic, plenty of rubber to go around. We have a whole bunch of these. Now, I do not have any Mercer spheres, so I cannot hook up dimensional depots to these, which is too bad, but I will be doing that at some point. And yeah, it is going to take a while to get through all of these, but you know what? That's fine. Okay, also, one last check. How's our power doing? We are, yeah, max consumption 538 out of 600, so that is probably going to have to do it for this production, although we do need to refine this fuel. Oof. Okay, well, you know what? The real question is, does it get refined into a liquid or a solid? Let's find out by just switching this one over. This is a liquid. Okay, that is not great, because we would have to store it up again, so I guess we just ignore the problem for now, and, well, I guess this is kind of wasteful, but we could just get rid of all of it, and then it will just build up again, and we will just keep producing some of that. Kind of wasteful, but I mean, at the same time, we don't have a use for it, and we don't have a way to store it just yet, and those are the things that we actually want to get. A little bit unfortunate that it has to go like that, but you know what? That is okay. Alright, well, I think I'm just going to grab a stack of each of these, maybe a little more. Yep, and turns out I can just craft down all of the garbage that I have, aka power slugs and remains, and I'll just craft them down into their components so I can take an extra stack of each of these back. Okay, there we go. I think, yep, my inventory is completely full. This is a very nice and very fast oil refining factory, and I think that is probably going to actually do it for this episode. I think the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run back to base, and we're going to see if we can research anything with this rubber and plastic, and if not, we will also get started on the oil power. And then I think next episode what we're going to do is we're going to set up some of these other oil veins over here exclusively in power generation, and then run the longest power line ever all the way back to the main base, and then we will have power for days. And I'll probably just connect up all the grids together, just have a huge battery array somewhere just to make sure nothing runs out, and then maybe if we have time we can upgrade our iron factory over there. But let's just stop yapping and actually get back to base and see what we can research with this. Oh, and I found another crashed ship right in the middle of this gas cloud that I just shoved myself straight into. Alright, let's mark this too. This is why I tend to go different ways every time I move between places, because then I can just start finding stuff like that. Oh, also, we forgot to plug that in. Okay, that's what we'll do next episode once we have our new power generation going. Ow. Oh, Mercer Sphere. Oh, now I gotta fight these. Man, you really can't just kind of cheese these guys with a jetpack. Oh, wow, would you look at that? I found another one. Dude, these things are everywhere when I'm, like, full on inventory. Oh, wait, no, I've already seen that one. Okay, never mind. Whew. Ah, home sweet home. Oh, and you know what? We also got our hard drive scan back in. Let's go ahead and end off the episode by collecting this thing. What did we get? Alternate heavy oil residue? Interesting. Okay. Now, this is also interesting, and this is also... Okay. Oh, man, this is going to be a hard choice. We get 3 oil, which turns into 4 residue and some residue plastic. I feel like we might be able to squeeze out more product out of our oil with this, but also over here, copper alloy ingot. Is this 5 iron and 5 copper gives you 10 copper ingots and 100 per minute? I don't know how much copper we're going to be needing in the future, but I did just set this up. So why don't we go ahead and collect the copper alloy recipe? Okay, perfect. Now, I don't think I have any more of those. I know where a couple are, and we're going to go grab them probably next episode, but I think we're going to end it for the day. So, we're going to start off the next time by unlocking petroleum power, which we should have pretty much everything we need for that right now. But that will have to wait for next time. Goodbye.